The Was-sceptre is believed to symbolize power, dominion, control, and authority. Frequently depicted in the hands of Egyptian gods, priests, and pharaohs, this intriguing object remains a mystery of ancient Egypt, a mystery that may be uncovered by its potential link to the subtle energies of the human body. With the head of a mythical creature and a two-pronged fork at its opposite end, this bizarre-looking symbol of Egypt's divine and noble lines has long been a source of great fascination and debate. Usually depicted as a long staff some 6 feet tall, this symbol of the gods has also been found in its more handy variant of around 8 to 10 inches. The unusual head of the scepter is thought to represent Set, the Egyptian god of disorder. The Was-sceptre was seen as a symbol of control and mastery over the forces of chaos, the forces that Set represented. The adversarial deity, Set, is sometimes compared to the dragon-like creature of Greek mythology, Typhon. In anatomical allegory, the dragon symbolizes the heightened human nervous system, enlivened and revivified by creative energy conservation and creative energy work. To wrestle and defeat Set, the dragon, is to master one's own body. Perhaps this royal staff, as well as symbolizing power and dominion over the land, also served as a practical tool for mastering and controlling bioelectrical energy, the power of the awakened human nervous system, and the dominion over the subtle forces of the human body, mind, and spirit. The strange angular shape of the Was-sceptre lends itself perfectly to the accessing and opening of difficult-to-reach energy centers on the human body. The perineum at the very underside of the torso is one such area which could be accessed with the hook-like head of the scepter. This hook could also be used to leverage the pubic symphysis, bringing a great release of energy and helping to straighten the spinal column and open the hips, thus preventing lordosis and the devastating problems brought on by poor posture. In Vedic teachings, the perineum is home to the Gudamama point and the Muladhara, or root chakra. In the Far East, it is called the Hui Yin point, or the meeting of the yin. Accessing this vital energetic gateway aids in the lifting of the famous Kundalini serpent energy from the base of the spinal column. It helps to dissipate the conserved creative force, allowing it to rise along the spine, reinvigorating the body's glands and systems on its magical upward journey toward the head center. The successful opening of the hips and perineum energy center greatly aids a dedicated practitioner of semen retention or creative energy conservation. The stiffness and pain experienced whilst preserving the creative force can be dissipated by gentle and dedicated work with the hips, sacrum, and perineum. This devoted labor assists in the rising of the sacred energy and its circulation around the body. There are also significant energy points along the scapulae, shoulders, back, and clavicle. These challenging-to-reach areas are yet more places where the unique shape and style of the Was-sceptre could aid in stimulating and activating hard-to-access energy centers. The Far Eastern meridian points, the Tianzhong, or heavenly gathering on the shoulder, and the Qi, or abode of Qi, on the collarbone, are good examples of this. What's more, in its longer form, the reverse end, which resembles a small two-pronged fork, is an ideal tool for accessing the distant and difficult-to-reach energy centers of the feet. The split prong is a perfect shape for getting between the metatarsal bones of the feet and accessing these important and sensitive energy points. This, of course, would be extremely useful as the practitioner grew older and more advanced in years. The more experienced adherent would know their body well. However, in the battle against time, the body becomes more susceptible to injury, decline, and difficulties. The utilization of a long staff, with the tools at its ends, would help keep the energy flowing, without having to bend or twist the weakening body. It would provide a good source of leverage and give the practitioner ease of access and sustainability. The Zulin Qi, also known as the Governor of Tears on the gallbladder meridian, and the Tai Chong, or Great Rushing on the liver channel, are prime examples of the sensitive energy points located on the feet. It is worth noting that in Egyptian art, the gods and pharaohs are often depicted holding the Was-sceptre just above their feet. Although many of the Was-sceptres that have been found are made of the more delicate faience pottery and other less durable materials, these are merely symbols, emblems and representations of the Was-sceptre's importance in its abstract and idealized form. However, they may also allude to its practical significance and its connection to the sacred, universal creative energy, and its activation and utilization within the human body. The bronze and other metal types of scepter that have been found were perhaps the more practical tools used to help master and utilize the body's energy. Kept secret by the priesthoods, nobility, and mystery schools, many of these ancient artifacts may have been hidden and guarded from the records. Many more would likely have been made in the cherished Egyptian metal of choice, gold, only to have been melted down for its source material, reused, and thus lost to antiquity. Intriguingly, some interpretations of this divine scepter hold that it was once used to catch snakes, and this may have some truth. It may be a metaphor for the battle and mastery over the great dragon, the powerful serpentine energy that runs through the human nervous system. Although Set is a god of disorder on the terrestrial and perhaps anatomical sphere and likened to the Greek dragon-like creature Typhon, he is also said to accompany the sun god Ra on his royal bark to help repel and defeat Apep, the great serpent of chaos, darkness, and falsehood of Egyptian tradition. These references to the dangerous snake-like forces of the universe only lend more weight to the idea that the Was-sceptre, on an anatomical and personal level, may have been a tool and utensil to aid in the mastery of the heightened bioelectrical serpent energies within the human body, the nervous system operating at its true potential. Furthermore, the Was-sceptre also has a close relative, the Jam staff. The Jam staff only differs from the Was-sceptre in its serpent-like, undulating, and seemingly spiraling shaft. Interestingly, the Jam staff's hieroglyphic meaning is electrum, a precious, naturally occurring alloy of silver and gold. Like the various hand gestures and heel of the foot, from earlier publications on the Arwen Spring YouTube channel, the Was-sceptre may be viewed as a tool and utensil to help provide easier access to the energetic potential of the human nervous system. When the creative energy of the human body is conserved, through semen retention in the case of a male practitioner, and then circulated within the body, our energy centers become highly sensitive. Thus, accessing these points to improve the natural flow of the universal energy becomes an extremely important task. A task that the priests, nobility, and pharaohs of ancient Egypt must have known all too well. The Was-sceptre was, and perhaps still is, an ideal tool to aid in the accessing of this universal force, a powerful potential energy locked within the human body, just awaiting the great reawakening.